Welcome, I am Rajendra Saloke. There is one more game played in Caro-Kann and won by Black. Caro-Kann advanced variation. This is played between Courier and Al Sayed Mohammad. First is having rating 2033 and Mohammad is having 2470, so no ordinary players, and it shows where it was played and all that, and it just finished in 18 moves. So e4 c6 is this is Caro-Kann, d4 d5 and e5 is Caro-Kann advanced variation. Then obviously 99% people play this bishop f5, knight c3. Knight c3 is good. e6. Now he completes his chain of pawns. See, very good structure he gets. And if this black doesn't move any pawn or something, then it's very difficult to attack in this position. But then sometime black has to move and lift this pawn up c5, and white attacks from this diagonal d7 to a4 diagonal, which is normally what happens in Caro-Kann. Now play g4, directly threatening the bishop, disturbing the castle. This is also called as wise attack. Now bishop goes to g6. So bishop goes to g6. White plays knight to e2, c5. Now sometime you have to take this pawn up, and best time to take this pawn up is when white plays knight to c3. Otherwise what happens is when you put this pawn up, white will play c3. It will take its pawn to c3, and then you cannot attack, because if you capture this pawn, then white again captures by that c3 pawn. So this move is best when knight is there on c3. And he plays h4, starts attacking from the king side. f6 was played by black, but actually best move was to capture the pawn, because that way you remove the defense of this also, e5 also. And in Caro-Kann you should always try to capture this pawn d5. You get better central control by that. But he played f6. Now knight to f4 was played by white. Again the best move would have been to capture this pawn, because otherwise sometime the black is going to capture f cross e5. Okay, took the knight here and he threatened the bishop, so that he thinks by capturing the bishop it will be a double pawn here. But another advantage for black will be the file h will be open for the black rook. So supposing he he would have captured e cross f6, knight cross f6, g5 and knight to h5. But he played knight to f4, then bishop he brought to f7, and by this move of course he supports this e6 pawn, which is a weak pawn. That pawn doesn't have any support, and it is at the end of the chain also. Then white plays g5, so he ignores the moves here and plays knight to c6 so that it can capture d4, and later on he can go to f3 and give check to the king, and check by the knight means king has to move. Replace bishop to b5, and this knight is absolutely pinned to king, cannot move this knight now. So queen to b6 was played. That is a very common, if you observe the Caro-Kann games, queen to b6 is a very common move, but it is mostly played when this bishop is not there on c1 and is to capture this pawn on b2, which is called a Poisson pawn. And in this position, actually better move for black was to capture this pawn f cross e5. So capturing f cross e5, bishop cross c6 and b cross c6, like that. So we are here, white played bishop to b5 and black played queen to b6. Now knight cross d5 was played. So another good move was to capture the pawn c4, so by capturing the pawn f cross, so here play knight cross d5, captured knight cross d5. Best move would have been f cross e5, f cross e5, bishop cross c6, b cross c6. So he played knight cross d5, black plays e cross d5, but black had two choices in fact, either to capture this knight or capture this bishop. So capturing the bishop would have been better. No, sorry, capturing the bishop will put it into difficulty, because if you capture queen cross bishop, then knight comes to c7 and there is a fork to queen and king, and the queen is gone. So you have to think of the forks of the knight. So that was the correct move. Where here knight was captured, e6 was played. So white is leaving this bishop hanging like that. In fact, actually yes, he threatened the bishop of black. Okay, his bishop is threatened by queen, so this is threatened by black. But in fact the better move would have been to move the pawn to c4 and support this bishop, but that pawn again can be captured by d5 pawn, and then bishop can capture that d5 like that. So now white is to play. White played e6, threatening the bishop of the black. Queen cross b5, e cross f7, king cross f7, queen to h5 and check. Now we'll go back again. We go back to this position. Now in this case, this d5 pawn can be easily captured, but why should it not be captured by the black? So supposing it captures, sorry, it was white to move. Now white can capture this pawn on d5. Why not capture that? It captures knight cross d5, then rook goes to e8 and check, and then knight again has to go back to avoid the check or to block the check. So here white moved his queen to h5 and gave a check. Black played g6, white played knight cross g6, and instead it would have been better if we retreated the queen to f3, because in 2-3 moves you will find how difficult the situation becomes for white. So knight cross g6. Now he is thinking as if he cannot capture the knight because otherwise the rook goes, but he captures, and he captures the rook, and your queen is blocked in a corner. It is not in the play. So he plays bishop to g7. Now knight cross d4 was also a good move, but okay, he plays bishop to g7 and threatens the queen. Queen goes to h7, queen goes to h7. Now he plays knight cross d4, h5, and queen to e2 and checkmate. He has not given proper attention to the king. Now I'll go to this position, bishop to g7. Now instead of moving the queen, he moved the queen to h7, but instead of moving the queen to h7, if he would have captured the bishop, then this checkmate would have been avoided. That's queen cross g7, and then king has to capture this, and then he plays a4 and threatens the queen, and black cannot checkmate immediately. Checkmate would have been prolonged, and the material position is white has lost queen and 2 knights, and black has lost rook, bishop and pawn. So 15 points for black and just 9 points for white. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you would have understood some of the moves that happen in Caro-Kann advanced variation.